I was spinning under disco lights at my cousin's wedding when my 15-year-old daughter whispered on the phone, "Mom, if you come home tonight, whatever you do, don't go upstairs." The champagne glass slipped from my hand. Crystal shattered against marble, but the music was too loud for anyone to notice. My heart hammered against my ribs as I pressed the phone closer to my ear. "Lily? What's wrong? Why are you whispering? Just, please don't come home yet. Stay at the wedding. Dance more. Have fun." Her voice cracked on the last word, and I knew my daughter well enough to hear the tears she was fighting back. "Sweetheart, you're scaring me. Where's Dad?" Silence, then a shaky breath. He's upstairs. Okay? And he's not alone." The room tilted. I gripped the edge of the bar to steady myself, my cousin's perfect beach wedding suddenly feeling like a movie set. Palm trees swayed outside massive windows. Couples laughed and twirled on the dance floor. Everything looked normal, but nothing would ever be normal again. "Lily, I need you to be very clear with me. Who is with Dad? I don't know her name." She's wearing Mom's robe. Your silk one. The pink one you got for your birthday." My stomach churned. That robe. The one David said made me look like a goddess. The one he'd slowly untied just last week, kissing my neck, telling me he loved me. How long has she been there? I don't know. I came home early from Emma's because I felt sick. I heard voices upstairs. I thought maybe you came back from the wedding early, so I went up to say hi, and she was in your bedroom doorway. In your robe. She smiled at me like she belonged there. Like I was the visitor. My legs gave out. I sank onto a velvet ottoman, the phone shaking in my hand. Around me, wedding guests clinked glasses and made toasts to eternal love. The irony tasted like acid in my throat. Where are you now? Locked in my bathroom. With Miso. Our rescue cat. At least she had some comfort. Mom, there's something else. What? Her suitcase is in the hallway. A big one, like she's moving in. The music faded to white noise. My marriage of 17 years reduced to this moment. My daughter hiding in a bathroom while another woman wore my robe in my bedroom. "Lily, listen to me. Pack a bag. Quietly, take Miso. Go to Emma's house. I'm leaving right now." "No, Mom, please. If you come home now, I don't know what will happen." He seems different. Confident. Like he's been planning this. Planning what? I think he was waiting for you to be gone. Really gone. Like overnight gone. The final piece clicked into place. This wedding invitation had come last minute. David had practically pushed me out the door, insisting I needed a break, that I deserved a fun weekend. How thoughtful of him. I'm calling the police. And tell them what? That Dad has a girlfriend over? Mom, please. Just give me time to get out first. She was right. She was 15 and handling this better than me. My baby girl protecting me while her world imploded. Okay, get to Emma's. Text me when you're safe. Then I'm coming home. Mom, yeah baby? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you have to find out like this. The line went dead. I sat there, surrounded by love and celebration, holding a phone that had just delivered the end of everything I thought I knew. 20 minutes. That's how long I sat in my rental car outside Emma's house, waiting for Lily's text. 20 minutes of my mind creating scenarios, each worse than the last. When my phone finally buzzed, I nearly dropped it. "I'm safe. Miso too. Emma's mom says you can call if you need to." I typed back. "Stay there. I love you." Then I drove home to face whatever was waiting for me. The house looked exactly the same from the outside. David's BMW in the driveway. Porch light on. The roses I'd planted last spring blooming like nothing had changed. But everything had changed, hadn't it? I parked down the street. No need to announce my arrival. My hands trembled as I turned the key in the lock, grateful I'd kept my keys instead of leaving them for Lily like I'd originally planned. The house smelled different. Perfume. Something floral and expensive that definitely wasn't mine. A pair of red heels sat by the door. Size 7. I wore an 8.5. Voices drifted from upstairs. Laughter. His deep chuckle that used to make me melt. Her tinkling giggle that made me want to commit violence. I crept up the stairs, avoiding the creaky third step. The master bedroom door was cracked open. Light spilled into the hallway, along with their conversation. She won't be back until tomorrow night. David was saying, we have all the time in the world. Are you sure? What if she suspects something? Rachel doesn't suspect a thing. She's too trusting. Always has been. Rachel, he still called me by my full name when talking about me. Not Raksh, not honey, not love. Rachel, like I was a business associate. And the kid, Lily, will come around. She's a smart girl. She'll understand that sometimes adults grow apart. My fingernails dug into my palms. How dare he assume our daughter would just accept this betrayal? I still can't believe we're finally doing this. The woman purred. 3 years of sneaking around. 3 years of hotel rooms and stolen moments. But now, 3 years. 3 years. I pressed my hand against the wall to keep from falling. 3 years of lies. 3 years of working late and golf weekends. And honey, you're imagining things. Now you're mine. David finished. All mine. The divorce papers are already drawn up. My lawyer says if we play this right, I'll keep the house. Rachel can't afford it on her teacher's salary anyway. What about alimony? She'll get something. I'm not heartless. But Melissa baby, most of our assets are already protected. I've been planning this for months. Melissa, the woman in my bed, wearing my robe planning my eviction from my own life, was named Melissa. I heard movement. Footsteps. They were coming toward the door. I ducked into Lily's room just as the bedroom door opened fully. Through the crack under Lily's door, I saw shadows move past. They were heading downstairs. This was my chance. I slipped into my bedroom. Our bedroom. The bed was unmade, sheets tangled, 2 wine glasses on the nightstand. The photo of our wedding day turned face down, but what stopped me cold was the closet. Half of it was empty. My clothes were gone. In their place hung dresses I'd never seen. Expensive ones. The kind I could never afford on my teacher's salary. She'd already moved in. This wasn't just an affair. This was a complete replacement. I heard them in the kitchen now. Cabinets opening and closing. The wine fridge. They were settling in for the night. In my house. In my life. I pulled out my phone and started taking pictures. The clothes, the wine glasses. The suitcase Lily had mentioned. Tucked beside the dresser with a luggage tag reading Melissa Chen. Then I saw it. On my vanity where my jewelry box used to sit, was a velvet ring box. No, he wouldn't. I opened it. A diamond ring. Bigger than the one he'd given me 18 years ago. The one I still wore. The one I was stupid enough to think meant forever. I stood at the top of the stairs, listening to her move around my kitchen. Cabinet doors opened and closed. The coffee grinder whirred. She was making herself at home. Probably using my favorite mug. The one Lily made me in pottery class. Time to introduce myself. I descended slowly, each step deliberate. She was humming. Actually humming. Some pop song I didn't recognize. Her back was to me as she reached for something in the upper cabinet, my silk robe riding up her thighs. It's in the cabinet to your left. She spun around, dropping the coffee filter. It floated to the floor between us like a surrender flag. Her face drained of color, and I got my first good look at Melissa Chen. She was younger. Of course she was. Maybe 32. 33. Pretty in that polished way that required expensive highlights and regular Botox. Everything about her screamed high maintenance, from her perfect manicure to her spray tan. Rachel, you're supposed to be at a wedding. Funny thing about family emergencies. They don't wait for convenient times. She clutched my robe tighter around herself. David said you wouldn't be back until tomorrow. David says a lot of things, like I do until death do us part. He's not great with honesty. Her eyes darted toward the door, planning her escape. I stepped forward, blocking her path. 3 years, I said. That's what you told him upstairs. 3 years you've been sleeping with my husband. Rachel, I held up my hand. You don't get to say my name. You don't get to stand in my kitchen, wearing my robe and say my name like we're friends having coffee. She lifted her chin and I saw it then. The calculation. The entitlement. This woman thought she'd won. Fine. Let's not pretend then. Yes, it's been 3 years. Yes, I love him. And yes, he's leaving you for me. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but it's for the best. David hasn't been happy for years. Really, he seemed pretty happy last week when he was telling me he loved me. When he was planning our anniversary trip to Hawaii. She flinched. He was trying to let you down easy. By sleeping with me. Interesting technique. Her composure cracked. That's not, he said. You two hadn't been intimate in months. I laughed. Actually laughed. Oh honey, is that what he told you? Let me guess. He also said I was cold, distant, that I didn't understand him. Her silence was answer enough. Classic David. You know what else is classic? The ring upstairs. Did he tell you about the last woman he gave a ring to while he was still married? What are you talking about? You're not the first, Melissa. You're just the latest. Ask him about Jennifer. Or was it Jessica? The paralegal from his firm. 6 years ago. He gave her a ring too. Promised to leave me. Want to know what happened to her? Melissa wrapped her arms around herself. You're lying. Check his phone. I bet he still has her number. He keeps all their numbers. Like trophies. That was a guess, but from the way her face paled I'd hit close to home. He loves me, she whispered. He loves the idea of you. Young, uncomplicated, willing to wait 3 years for scraps of his attention. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to get dressed, pack your suitcase and leave my house. Then you're going to think long and hard about whether you want to be the next Jennifer. You can't make me leave. David invited me. David doesn't own this house. It's in my name. My inheritance from my grandmother paid for it. Would you like to see the deed? Another lie. But she didn't know that. The house was in both our names. But she was off balance now. Uncertain. He'll just bring me back when he returns. Maybe, but first he'll have to explain to our daughter why she found a stranger in her mother's bedroom. He'll have to look Lily in the eye and justify traumatizing her. David's many things, but he does love his daughter. How do you think he'll react when he finds out you scared her so badly she ran away? I didn't mean. I smiled at her. I was trying to be friendly. You were wearing my robe. In my bedroom. What exactly did you think would happen? Her phone buzzed on the counter. David's face appeared on the screen. She reached for it, but I was faster. Let's see what Prince Charming has to say. I answered on speaker. Hey babe. Melissa, everything okay? You sound weird. Everything's perfect, David. Just having a chat with your wife. Silence. Then Rachel. Hi honey. Pick up that Pinot yet. Your girlfriend seems thirsty. Rachel. I can explain. No need. Melissa already filled me in. 3 years, David. 3 years of lies. Hope she was worth it. Where is she? What did you do? Nothing. Yet, but you should hurry home. We have so much to discuss. Like those divorce papers you've had drawn up. And how exactly you plan to steal my house. It's not like that. Rachel, please. Let me explain. Oh, I'm done with your explanations. But don't worry. I'll take good care of Melissa until you get here. We're bonding. I was just telling her about Jennifer. The line went dead. He'd hung up, or thrown his phone. Either way, he was racing home now. David burst through the door like a hurricane. His face flushed with panic and wine. His eyes darted between Melissa and me, calculating which fire to put out first. Rachel, you weren't supposed to. I mean the wedding. Lily called. Remember our daughter? The one who found your girlfriend playing house in our bedroom. He paled. Where is she? Safe. No thanks to you. I stepped between him and Melissa. What was the plan, David? Wait until I was gone. Move her in. And present me with divorce papers on Monday. Were you going to change the locks too? It's not what you think. Really? Because I think you've been cheating on me for 3 years. I think you've been planning to steal my house. I think you told your mistress I was cold and distant while you were sleeping with me last week. Which part did I get wrong? You don't understand. Melissa and I. It just happened. For 3 years. That's a long accident, David. Melissa stepped forward. Suitcase wheels squeaking on our hardwood floors. David, maybe I should go. We can talk tomorrow. No, he grabbed her arm. You're not leaving. This is your home now. My home. I laughed. But it came out sharp, brittle. This is my grandmother's house. She left it to me. You want to check the papers in the safe? His jaw tightened. We're married. What's yours is mine. Funny how you remembered that when it comes to assets but forgot it when it comes to fidelity. Don't be dramatic, Rachel. We've been over for years. We just stayed together for Lily. Is that what you tell yourself? Because last week you were planning our anniversary trip. 20 minutes ago, Melissa thought we hadn't touched in months. So which lie did you tell her? And which one did you tell yourself? Melissa's eyes widened. She turned to David. You said you two weren't. You promised me. Baby, don't listen to her. She's just trying to cause problems. Problems? I pulled out my phone. Like this picture from last Tuesday? That's your side of the bed, David. That's your watch on the nightstand. That's the timestamp showing 2 a.m. Should I show her the rest? I didn't have those pictures. But he didn't know that. His face went from pale to gray. Melissa, she's lying. You know me. You know us. Do I? Melissa's voice cracked. You said she was cold, distant. You said you slept in the guest room. I did. Most nights. Most nights. Most nights. She jerked her arm free. What about the other nights? It didn't mean anything. Sometimes she'd look. It's complicated. Marriage is complicated. Complicated. I stepped closer. Is that what you call it? Tell me, David. Was it complicated when you told me you loved me on Wednesday? Was it complicated when you made love to me before I left for the wedding? Or was that just another lie? Melissa made a sound like a wounded animal. Wednesday, this Wednesday. You slept with her 3 days ago. Melissa, please. I'm done. She grabbed her suitcase handle. 3 years, David. 3 years I waited. 3 years of hiding. Of being patient. Of believing you when you said you just needed time. You can't leave. We have plans. The ring. The ring. She laughed bitterly. You mean like the ring you gave Jennifer? David's mouth fell open. He looked at me with pure hatred. You told her about Jennifer? Someone had to. Funny how you forgot to mention your practice run at leaving me. That was different. Jennifer was a mistake. Melissa is the love of your life. I finished. Until the next one. Tell me, David. Is there already a next one? Stop it. His hands clenched into fists. You don't get to stand there and act superior. You want to know why I cheated? Look in the mirror. When's the last time you wore something other than teacher clothes? When's the last time you tried? Last week, when you couldn't keep your hands off me. But sure, blame the woman who raised your child, kept your house, supported your career. Melissa was at the door now, tears streaming down her face. I'm such an idiot. My friends warned me. They said married men never leave. But I believed you. Melissa, wait. David started after her. But I blocked his path. Let her go. She deserves better than being your midlife crisis. He shoved past me. But Melissa was already in her car. We watched her taillights disappear down our quiet street. David turned on me. You ruined everything. I ruined it. I didn't have an affair. I didn't traumatize our daughter. Oh please. Lily's fine. Kids are resilient. She was hiding in a bathroom. David, with the cat, scared to come out of her own home. He ran his hands through his hair. This isn't how it was supposed to happen. How was it supposed to happen? Tell me. He sank onto the couch. I was going to tell you after the wedding. Calmly, like adults. The papers are drawn up. Clean split. Clean. After 3 years of lies. My phone buzzed. Lily. Mom. Is everything okay? Emma's mom said I can stay the night. But I'm worried. I typed back. Everything's going to be okay. Stay there tonight. I love you. Who's that? David asked. Our daughter. Remember her? The one whose life you just blew up. Don't be dramatic. Kids survive divorce all the time. Is that what you told yourself? That she'd understand? He stood abruptly. I need a drink. There's wine in the fridge. Oh wait. You knew that. You and Melissa already helped yourselves. He stopped at the kitchen doorway. For what it's worth. I did love you once. Once. But not enough to stay faithful. He disappeared into the kitchen. I heard the wine bottle open. A glass being filled. Then another. Then the slam of the back door. I sat on the couch, in the spot where we used to watch movies together, and tried to process what had just happened. My marriage was over. My husband was a stranger. My daughter was traumatized. The sound of screeching tires made me jump. Then a crash. Metal on metal. Close. Too close. My phone rang. Unknown number. Mrs. Morrison. This is Officer Chen. There's been an accident. Your daughter. The world stopped. No, I whispered. She's at Emma's house. She's safe. Ma'am, she was on her bike. A car hit her. She's being taken to Riverside Hospital. The phone slipped from my numb fingers. David appeared in the doorway, wine glass in hand, face flushed. What's wrong, Lily? She's been hit by a car. The glass shattered on the floor. We ran for the door together, but I stopped at the threshold. You've been drinking. I'll drive. Rachel, Get in the car, David, now. The drive to the hospital was silent, except for my prayers. Please let her be okay. Please let her be okay. The same words, over and over, like a broken record. The emergency room smelled like fear and antiseptic. A nurse led us to a small room where Lily lay still on a narrow bed, bandage around her head, left arm in a cast, too pale, too quiet. Oh baby, I rushed to her side, taking her good hand. Her eyes fluttered open. Mom? I'm here, I'm right here. I'm sorry, I know you said to stay at Emma's, but I couldn't stop thinking about Dad and that woman. I needed to come home. Shh. It's okay. David stood frozen at the foot of the bed. Lily, I saw your car. Her voice was weak but clear. When I was leaving Emma's, you passed me driving really fast. I tried to get out of the way, but the truth hit like a physical blow. David had hit her. In his drunk rush home from our confrontation, he'd hit our daughter. No, he shook his head. I would have seen you. I would have stopped. It was dark. I forgot my bike lights. I'm sorry, Daddy. She was apologizing. Our baby girl was apologizing for being hit by her own father. Dr. Patterson entered. Mr. and Mrs. Morrison? Lily's lucky. Broken arm, mild concussion, some bruising. The driver clipped her back wheel. If it had been direct. The driver? I asked, though I already knew. Hit and run. A neighbor saw a dark BMW speeding away. David swayed. His BMW. His hit and run. Doctor, could you give us a moment? She nodded and left. The silence was deafening. Dad? Lily's voice was small. You look sick. He moved to her side, tears streaming. Lily, I didn't see you. I swear. What? Confusion clouded her face. What do you mean? The car that hit you, I said quietly. Tell her, David. I can't. Tell her. He collapsed into the chair. It was me. I was driving too fast, upset, drunk. I felt something but thought it was a pothole. I didn't know it was you. The machines beeped faster as her heart rate spiked. You hit me, and didn't stop. I didn't know. You felt something, and you didn't check. I wasn't thinking clearly. Because of your girlfriend leaving? The accusation hung heavy in the air. I'll turn myself in, David said. I'll tell them everything. And go to jail? Lily's eyes filled with tears. He has to, I said. He left the scene. He was drunk, but it was an accident. No, baby, drinking and driving isn't an accident. It's a choice. David stood. I'll go to the station now. Dad? No. Lily tried to sit up, wincing. He kissed her forehead. I love you. I'm so sorry. And he was gone. Lily sobbed into my shoulder while I held her, whispering promises that everything would be okay, even though I wasn't sure it would be. Why did you let him go? She asked, between sobs. Because he needs to face what he's done. All of it. I hate this. I hate all of this. I know, baby. I know. The doctor returned with papers, prescriptions, instructions. Lily would heal, physically at least. The emotional wounds would take longer. As I signed discharge papers, my phone buzzed. David's lawyer. Mrs. Morrison, your husband has been arrested. DUI, hit and run, injury to a minor. He's asking if you'll post bail. I looked at Lily, pale and broken in her hospital bed, and made my choice. No, he can figure it out himself. Ma'am, he could face serious time. Good. I hung up. Some bridges were meant to burn. The next morning, I sat in our kitchen while Lily slept upstairs. Miso curled protectively beside her. The house felt different, poisoned. Every surface held a memory that now felt like a lie. My phone hadn't stopped ringing. David's mother, his lawyer, friends who'd heard the news. I ignored them all until one number made me pick up. Mrs. Morrison, this is Patricia Chen, Melissa's mother. I almost hung up. Please don't. I need to apologize. My daughter told me everything. 3 years. 3 years she's been lying to me about this wonderful man she was dating. I had no idea he was married. It's not your fault, isn't it? I raised her to go after what she wanted. I never taught her to consider who might get hurt. Mrs. Chen, Melissa's moving back to Seattle today. She's devastated, but that's nothing compared to what your family is going through. I'm so sorry. She hung up, leaving me alone with my coffee and my thoughts. A knock at the door interrupted. My sister Sarah stood on the porch, suitcase in hand. You didn't think I'd let you handle this alone, did you? I fell into her arms, finally letting myself break. She held me while I sobbed out the whole story. The affair, the accident, David in jail, that bastard, she muttered. I never liked him. You said he was perfect for me at our wedding. I lied. He always seemed too smooth, too charming, like he was performing instead of being. Why didn't you say something? Would you have listened? You were in love. She was right. I'd been blind willfully so. How's Lily? Physically, she'll heal. Emotionally, I don't know. She found out her father's been lying for years. Then he literally ran her over. How do you process that at 15? With therapy, lots of therapy, already made appointments. Sarah made breakfast while I went to check on Lily. She was awake, staring at the ceiling. Hey baby, how are you feeling? Like I got hit by a car. She tried to smile. Is Dad really in jail? Yes. For how long? I don't know. There'll be a trial. He might take a plea deal. Do I have to testify? Maybe. We'll have lawyers to help. Mom, can I tell you something? Anything. I knew, not about the affair, but I knew something was wrong. The way he'd guard his phone. The receipts I found in his car from restaurants he said he'd never been to. I just hoped I was wrong. Oh honey, I should have told you. No, this isn't your fault. None of it. I hate him. The words came out fierce, angry. I hate him for lying, for cheating, for hitting me, for making me question every good memory. Was any of it real? The love you felt was real. The happy moments were real. He lost his way. That's a pretty nice way of saying he's a selfish asshole. I couldn't argue with that. Sarah appeared with a tray. Breakfast in bed for the patient, and I come bearing news. David made bail. Who paid it? I asked. His mother. She also called. Wants to know if she can visit Lily. Lily shook her head. Not yet. Maybe not ever. That's your choice, I said. You don't owe anyone forgiveness. Do you forgive him? No, not yet. Maybe someday. For my own peace. But not today. We spent the day in a strange bubble. Sarah handled the phone calls, the visitors, the casserole brigade. I focused on Lily, on medication schedules and comfort. That evening, divorce papers arrived by courier. David wasn't wasting time. I read through them at the kitchen table. He wanted the house, half our savings, minimal child support. The audacity was breathtaking. What's that? Lily asked from the doorway. Divorce papers. Already. Your father's efficient when he wants something. What does he want? Everything. Apparently. Will you sign them? Not these. I'll get my own lawyer. Fight for what's fair. I want to stay here. This is our home. Then we'll fight for it. She sat beside me, wincing as she adjusted her cast. Mom, remember when you used to say everything happens for a reason? Yeah? What's the reason for this? I looked at my brave, broken daughter. I don't know. Maybe there isn't one. Maybe sometimes terrible things just happen. That's depressing. Or liberating. It means we get to decide what comes next. We get to write our own reason. Can our reason include ice cream for dinner? Absolutely. 2 weeks later, I sat in a lawyer's office while Jennifer Hartley dismantled David's proposed divorce settlement. He hid assets, she said, spreading documents across her desk. Significant ones, offshore accounts, property transfers. This goes back months, possibly years. He planned this, meticulously. But he made mistakes. The paper trail is clear. You'll get the house, proper support, and likely more given the circumstances. The circumstances being he ran over our daughter while drunk. That doesn't help his case. No. I signed where she indicated, each signature another nail in the coffin of my marriage. Back home, Lily was doing homework at the kitchen table, her cast covered in signatures and doodles from friends. How'd it go? Good. We'll keep the house. Really? Really? Though honestly I'm not sure I want to anymore. What do you mean? I looked around the kitchen where I'd cooked thousands of meals, where Lily had taken her first steps, where David had proposed over Chinese takeout. Too many ghosts, I said. Maybe we need a fresh start. But this is home. Home is where we are. You, me and Miso. The building is just walls. She considered this. Could we at least wait until after sophomore year? I don't want to change schools. Of course. My phone rang. David's number. Don't answer it, Lily said quickly. But I did. Because ignoring him wouldn't make this go away. Rachel, thank you for picking up. I need to see Lily. To explain. She doesn't want to see you. She's my daughter. You should have remembered that before you hit her with your car. It was an accident. So you keep saying, doesn't change the facts. My lawyer says I'm looking at 2 years. Minimum. I need to see her before. That's not my problem, David. Or Lily's. Please. I'm begging you. I looked at Lily, who was shaking her head emphatically. She says no. You poisoned her against me. No, David. You did that all by yourself. I hung up. Is he really going to prison? Lily asked. Probably. Good. The harshness in her voice broke my heart. This wasn't who she was supposed to become. Bitter at 15. Cynical about love. Hey. I said. Want to do something crazy? Like what? Get out of here for the weekend. Just you and me. Somewhere with no memories. Can we afford it? Your dad's going to be writing some very large checks. We can afford it. We drove to the coast. Stayed in a little bed and breakfast that allowed cats. Miso spent the weekend glaring at seagulls, while Lily and I walked the beach, talking about everything and nothing. Mom, she said, as we watched the sunset, do you think you'll ever date again? Where did that come from? Just wondering. You deserve someone who actually loves you. Maybe someday, when I figure out who I am without him. You're Rachel Morrison, teacher, mom, badass who faced down dad's mistress in her own kitchen. I laughed. Is that how you see me? That's how everyone sees you. Emma's mom says you're her hero. I don't feel like a hero. I feel like a woman who ignored the obvious for too long. But when you found out, you didn't crumble. You didn't beg. You fought back. I had to. For you. For yourself too. Right. She was right. Somewhere in the chaos, I'd remembered who I was before David. Who I could be after him. We returned home to find reporters on our lawn. David's case had made the news. Prominent lawyer, DUI, hitting his own child. The media loved a fall from grace. Mrs. Morrison, how do you feel about your husband's upcoming trial? No comment. Lily, do you forgive your father? I shielded her as we pushed through to the door. Inside safe, she broke down. Everyone's going to know, she sobbed. Everyone at school, all my friends, they'll all know what he did. Hey, look at me. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing. But they'll whisper. They'll pity me. Then they're not worth your time. Your real friends will stand by you. And they did. Emma organized a support squad. Kids who'd been through divorce, scandal, family drama. Lily wasn't alone. David pled guilty. 2 years. Out in 14 months, with good behavior. He stood in court and apologized, but the words felt hollow. Performance. Like Sarah had said. Always performing. 6 months later, I stood in an empty house, keys in hand. We'd sold it. The ghosts were too loud. The memories too heavy. Time for that fresh start. You sure about this? Sarah asked, carrying the last box. Yeah, it's time. Our new place was smaller but brighter. A condo near the school, with a balcony for Miso and room to breathe. No history, no lies, just possibility. I like it, Lily said, directing the movers. Her cast was long gone, replaced by a faint scar. Physical healing complete. The emotional work continued. Where do you want your desk? I asked. By the window. I've started writing. Really? What about? Our story. Kind of. Fiction but based on truth. My therapist says it helps process. Can I read it? When it's done. It's called Learning to Fall. I love that. My phone buzzed. A text from Tom, the teacher from the conference. We'd been having coffee occasionally. Nothing serious. Just conversation with someone who understood starting over. Coffee tomorrow? He asked. Sure. I typed back. Is that Tom? Lily asked, grinning. Maybe. Mom's got a boyfriend. He's not my boyfriend. He's just a friend. A friend who makes you smile at your phone. Focus on unpacking. Smart mouth. She laughed, and it was beautiful. 6 months ago, I wasn't sure I'd hear that sound again. That night, we ate pizza on the floor of our new living room. Miso stalking pepperoni. Mom, can I ask you something? Always. Do you regret marrying Dad? Even with everything that happened? I thought carefully. No, because without him, I wouldn't have you. And you're worth all of it. Even the accident. Even that. Because we survived it. Together. I love you, Mom. Love you too, baby. Later I stood on our new balcony. City lights twinkling below. David was in prison. The divorce was final. The money was sorted. Justice of a sort. But more than that, we were free. Free to build something new. Free to trust again. Slowly. Free to be ourselves without apology. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. But old habits die hard. Rachel, it's Melissa. I nearly dropped the phone. What do you want? To apologize. Properly. I know you have no reason to listen, but I'm in therapy now, working through why I thought it was okay to destroy a family. I'm so sorry. For all of it. Okay. That's it? Okay. What do you want me to say? That I forgive you? I don't. That it's fine? It's not. But I appreciate the apology. I understand. I wanted you to know. He's reached out. From prison. Telling me he loves me. That we can be together when he gets out. And I wanted you to know. I told him to lose my number. Some lessons you only need to learn once. Good for you. Take care, Rachel. You and Lily both. The line went dead. I deleted the number, and felt another weight lift. Inside, Lily was hanging pictures. Our family photos but edited. David cut out or covered with silly stickers. Our history, revised. Need help? I got it. But Mom, I was thinking, maybe we should take new pictures. Start fresh. I'd like that. And maybe Tom could be in some of them? Eventually. Don't push it, kid. She grinned. Worth a shot. That weekend we did a photo shoot. Just us, miso and a timer. Laughing, messy, real. No performance. No pretense. Just us. The old life was over. The man I'd married was gone. Replaced by a stranger in a cell. But we were still here. Still standing. Still us. And that was enough. More than enough. It was everything. If this story resonated with you, hit like and share your thoughts below. Remember, you're stronger than you know. And sometimes the hardest chapters lead to the best new beginnings. Subscribe for more stories of survival and hope.